Ms. Henry?
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly one of the tests we would urge is to see Sudan actually granting access. I mean, they basically shut down the Human Rights Liaison Office for UNAMID in Khartoum and have repeatedly denied access to human rights groups and independent monitors. And so indeed a test is, it's not just putting in place some human rights benchmarks here for the purposes of the sanctions determination, but it's also, you know, how, exactly as you put it, how do we even measure this progress? How do we know the information is right? And so a very clear part of this test should be, you know, whether Sudan allows such a thing to be set up. With Southern Kordofan and Blue Nile, we've been calling for an independent monitoring body to go in there since 2011, and Sudan has always refused. So these refusals pile up, and they definitely contribute to our myopia. Even UNAMID, of course, has very limited access, and so a lot of the things we get from other sources are not then, it appears as if people have polar opposite opinions on matters of fact. So I agree with you completely. It's a real problem, and you know, can there be such a monitoring entity? Would Sudan allow it?
Yeah.
Yes, counterterrorism trumps all these other factors, and I personally, or many people like me, they don't know what is in these files and how much that Sudan can give to the United States. But the fundamental question for me, when it comes to discussion of of counterterrorism, it is not only the counterterrorism of the measures that will be taken against terrorists that are targeting the people of the United States. The question for me, don't the Sudanese people deserve the same treatment by the world, treating the government, dealing with the government that is terrorizing them? Mm-hmm. The government of Sudan is terrorizing its own people. They are policies of ghettoizing of the displaced that are sitting in places like Darfur, where 2.6 million people with limited access. There are people in the Nuba Mountains who are running to hide under rocks and in caves because of the high-flying Antonovs that at times not even throwing bombs at them, but they have the same terrorizing, and we use the same word, the same, because it describes the same condition, the same terrorizing effect. We are not going to redefine what counterterrorism means or terrorism means, but at least as a community of people who are advocating for human rights, we should ask that question. Don't the people of Sudan deserve the same treatment?
Mm-hmm.